Welcome to this week's episode of Love Unravelled. I'm Holly.
I'm Isabel.
And today we have a very special guest who's going to learn that he can only speak when he's spoken to. The hot, mature guy. He didn't, just as a little disclaimer, he didn't know he was coming on the podcast today. It has been sprung on him. We obviously knew and Abby knew, but we have sprung it on him so he wouldn't get too much nerves built up before. So
actually this pod, there's going to be a little bit of a mix of talking to Charlie about Charlie, but also talking to Holly and Charlie about Holly and Charlie. Because for those of you that don't know, Holly and Charlie are a very happily married couple for many, many a year.
Maybe not that happy after this pod.
Yeah. Maybe, who knows? That could be a really hilarious turn of the books, couldn't it? If in this pod.
So we've been married for 18 years. And so we were talking about this the other day because Isabel is basically gutted she didn't know me when we got married.
Yeah.
So she's desperate for us to renew our wedding vows, but I'm not going to do that because I personally don't think that that's the right thing for us to do. But it is our 20-year wedding anniversary in less than 2 years, so we might have a big party for that.
Yeah.
For which
I'll wear a bridesmaid dress.
You'll wear a bridesmaid dress. Kindred of
Ireland.
Ireland. I want to have one of Kindred of Ireland's wedding dresses, but it will be like informal. But it will be a big party. But we also do have another wedding before that.
What am I meant to be wearing?
Nothing.
Just a hand knit with a little ding-a-ling hanging on the bottom.
I'm sure that Kindred would like to kick you out, actually.
Yeah.
So this.
I also love that we have organised this without Charlie.
Yeah.
That's kind of part and
that
parcel
is my
of
role, isn't it?
That's part and parcel of kind of how things go. Since
Yes.
First question. First of all, even though I think our listeners will know very much who you are, if you can just officially introduce yourself to our listeners and tell us a little bit about what you do for Slow Love.
Hi, my name's Charlie. I am married to Holly. My role here, logistics. I basically fill in the. What's that? Sorry.
Warehouse management.
Warehouse management. Yes, I fill in the bits that other people don't do.
Yeah,
That is actually really true.
Yeah.
So we now have 4 offices, and we also have a warehouse where we keep things. There's a lot of constant for us to stay in the premises that we're in. There is a constant movement of stuff being moved around all the time, so that we are not bursting out of this office. But by doing that, every day there's a sort of change. So Charlie actually predominantly works with Shah, who has him on a sort of tight schedule of works, basically.
There's a lot of logistics with this company.
Yeah, there is.
Yes, there is.
Not a one-person job by a long shot.
No, and it's even just from like the actual physical aspect of that management. Like our office, or the 4 offices, are actually 2 flights of stairs up in a very old building. So there's no infrastructure to have like a lift or anything like that. So even that, sometimes we have to call Charlie in to...
Keeps us fit though.
Keeps us very fit. But so yeah, it's certainly not a one-person job. It's more than a 2-people job really sometimes. But like everybody at Slow Love, everyone does just muck in.
Yeah.
Charlie has had to have an outfit change because where the weather's been so stuffy, these offices get a bit stuffy. And we have to close the door and the windows to reduce background noise. So like Charlie is like Cher. He's had an outfit change already within the first 5 minutes of the podcast starting. Our own little prima donna, Charlie. So you've introduced yourself. We've chatted about what you do for Slow Love, which is a multitude of things, kind of like the whole team, but Charlie is very much the one who bends in the wind the most, I think is fair to say.
Yeah.
When Holly first... I actually don't think I even know the answer to this story, or we do very much from Holly's side of the side, but
okay.
How was Slow Love first broached to you and how did that come about, and what's your kind of viewpoint on Slow Love coming about, or the idea being born?
Ooh, well, it was quite organic, really.
Mm.
Because it started with Holly finding good quality vintage jumpers on eBay. Not even vintage at that point.
It wasn't just eBay.
Yeah.
It was like
All
anywhere
over
and
the place.
everywhere. Secondhand platforms, a whole plethora of secondhand platforms, and Facebook, even Facebook Marketplace.
And then it just it got more and more difficult to try and find nice jumpers, and there were other people out there trying to buy those nice jumpers as well. So
The
wasn't,
price,
it just wasn't feasible. And then from that, it was kind of a.
Can you
light
remember
bulb
the
moment.
exact moment where she was like, I could do this myself, or there's a gap, I'm going to do it?
I think the best thing was when we were Hull was actually at work, and I was packing like the first orders, and we had them in
Of the
boxes
Feel
there.
Good or
Yeah.
this Pre-Loved Edit?
No, of the Feel
Feel
Goods. And it was like we had this tiny little room that we're packing in, and
This is
just
in your house
full
at this
of-
point?
Yeah, it was our sitting room, and it was just full of boxes, and it was a proper kind of like, oh, this has got legs. And it was.
Aww. Okay, but rewind a bit from that point.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember the first time? Like, I can imagine you guys like lying in bed, for example, and being like, "Oh my god, I'm just gonna do this." Like, as in, was it like, what do you think, or just I'm doing it, and that's
It was
how
just
it's
a
gonna
heads down and do it. There wasn't
Yeah.
kind of this possibly has legs. I don't think there was any kind of.
I think it was probably seeing the waitlist number was going up
Yeah.
for the Feel Good.
But there was
And-
never a kind of, let's do this properly, because you always set out to do this properly. It wasn't let's give it a go. It already.
Yeah.
It
So the
started
kind
then.
of from you going, I'm going to do this myself, to actually getting the first jumper, there was no. Can you remember like any like big discussions between that, or it was just like we're just
Yes, because I was working full time at that point. So I worked. We won't go into that story, but we basically before Slow Love started, before Pre-Loved Edit started, I was working full time, and Charlie, it was mid-COVID, so Charlie, when the schools closed for the second time, which feels like a lifetime ago, Charlie stayed at home to homeschool the kids because somebody had to homeschool. And by that point, it wasn't as much of a fun unknown like the first wave of COVID when the schools closed, because the schools were prepared to close this time. So it was a lot more regimented. So Charlie was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, we only had one camera for the kids to do, like, it was really stressful. There was loads of stuff. We'd just moved house, and our house is tiny from quite a big house. We moved from having all this big space where the kids could kind of play and do stuff, and both be in like online learning in different rooms, to sort of being right in the centre of town, which was really nice, but no space to do anything. So that it was, I started Pre-Loved Edit then, and when eventually I decided to bring out the Feel Good and worked with Grace, and we'd been through different suppliers and finally got to that one product that we know and love, everybody, and we went through different samples of the Feel Good. So we had it, and it was like our house was chaos. We had the boxes of the Feel Goods in the house, and when we went through that first drop, it was like, and we opened the wait list. The wait list was growing and growing and growing and growing, and it was like, I can't. I'm struggling to do this online. So I was like working 9 to 5 every day, replying to messages. So I managed all the social media. I hadn't met Abby at this point, and Charlie was packing and sending at home,
as well as doing the children's
children
schoolwork.
home learning. Charlie was
God.
also sourcing for me at that point for Pre-Loved Edit, and packing and sending our Pre-Loved Edit. And with Pre-Loved Edit, there was a lot of management, because we were buying like literally jumpers that were like 40 years old. So quite often we'd have to hand wash them or mend them. So it was like a conveyor belt at that point. And we were like, we can't do this for that much longer if I really think there is room to grow Slow Love. Like, how are we going to do this? but we had to have the security of one of us having a salary.
Mm.
So Charlie eventually got a job working somewhere else, and as soon as he had signed that contract, it was like I handed my notice in, and it was like, let's fucking go. I came, viewed this office. As soon as I was in this office, met Abby, and it was like that then going on, like each few months, met you. Sorry, I've railroaded that, but that was...
No, I'm just
but
impressed with how you can remember so much.
It was, but I mean, I think answering Isabel's point was like, we never had that. We would go to bed at night and I'd be like, this is mental.
How have we got through another day?
How is this? And also just, I had, and this is why it's great, so soon we will be opening our shipping back up to America. So at that point I had a lot of American, like the community in America was really growing. And I always, because I did all customer service DMs, so it was always like responding to my American customers and followers in bed at night, because obviously we had to sleep at some point, but I would be in bed and we were just like, this is like mental how this is growing. And I always say, I had this conversation with my brother a few days ago about like shoulda, woulda, coulda. In hindsight, obviously, you know, if you could look into the future, we'd all be trillionaires. But my one regret is that I didn't start this just before COVID, which other brands who I know did. It was like you would get thousands of followers without even needing to try, because everyone was on their phone. So I feel like we kind of were on the back foot, but at the same time, we didn't have that explosion and then it petered off. It just sort of, it gave us the ability to grow it steadily.
Your followers now, they're honest followers though, they're real followers.
Yeah, I do agree. It's like the conversion thing and using ads. It's like we could cast that net wide, but then how many of them are actually going to like be with us the whole way through?
Yeah.
And our repeat customers who buy from us again and again, like the percentage is so high because we've just kept all of those good things that we spent all that time building at the very beginning. It's still, you know, like the amount of DMs we get about how amazing Shah is. She's not here, but she'll listen to this and her little head will be like,
ping ping,
for the customer service and just the efficiency with you, like getting everything booked in. And Abby now manages other people within the social media team and is growing. She's a little podcast producer. Abby's been invited to be interviewed on somebody else's podcast for being such a little nudge.
Oh, Abby. Oh,
yeah.
Sorry. Cut that out. So yeah, it's so weird because I like thinking back now.
Oh, I didn't know you then.
I know. That's kind of what I was just about to say. Like, it's really, I don't know why I haven't thought about it, because we've obviously spoken quite a lot on the podcast about the birth of Slow Love, but like thinking of you two in your house. Had you started the renovations at that point?
No, that started.
Thank God.
Yeah.
If anybody hasn't seen it, have a look at the videos that Holly's put on. I think it's on your Holly Von Bock account with their renovation. And they like lived, I like imagine doing that while you were packing. I mean, that would have at that point been impossible.
It would have, yeah.
But I like imagining you two doing this on your own in your house is such a bizarre
think about all those
with the
mistakes.
children so young as well. Like at that point, they really were.
I do think that this is where I feel very fortunate with the timing. We've never had a stockpile of money to be able to risk doing this. I will say that now. My parents didn't give me money to get it started. Charlie had no job, so that was the financial position we were in. It was a risk. I risked money we couldn't afford to risk to start it. But where I feel like we were really fortunate with the timing is that our kids were old enough that, like, me not being available all of a sudden for them, whereas I was a stay-at-home mum with them for years. I mean, they had Charlie and he was really great. With the homeschooling, he was way better than I was. But they were old enough to understand what was happening around them. So I had this conversation with Oscar so many times and I was like, I know I'm not. I'm on my phone all the time at the moment. And he was like, you're building a business and working full time. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
So I think that in that way, I feel like when I've seen other people who are maybe a similar age to me doing it and their kids are a lot younger, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how you guys all do it. like Abby has Ben to look after, but Isabel's got 2 young kids, Char's got young kids, Grace has got young kids, like Kate's got kids, you know, single mum. Like everybody is. I do feel like that is where I am. It's different.
Yeah.
Kids as they get older have harder problems. In sort of.
Well, they're their own people,
aren't they? People, and you can't,
creating their own little dramas.
Yeah. So but it's a difference.
Yeah.
It is different. That's why it makes it easier for me.
Yeah. So we're in those early days where there was, because in your household, I think it's fair for me to say that there was a really stark, or not overnight because it was over COVID, but there was a very stark, complete role reversal. Holly just explained that for years that she was a stay-at-home mum, Charlie was the main breadwinner for the family, and actually
the
only breadwinner for the family, and actually now that has completely flipped. And during COVID time, when you were doing the homeschooling with the kids, how did you feel about that?
God, it took me a long time to actually be able to actually say to other guys that I was a stay-at-home dad. It's
why do you think that is?
I just think there's a certain thing of earning money and being the breadwinner, and it's kind of expected of you. But then when someone says, "Oh, what do you do?" and you've met them for the first time, and you say, "I'm a stay-at-home dad," people still now, like on Thursday, someone asked me that, and I was like, "I'm a stay-at-home dad," and his face was like, like there are people that do this.
Do you know what I find
even
really
nowadays?
Interesting? Sorry, just because I don't want you to lose that train of thought, is you do so much for Slow Love behind the scenes, yet your first response is that you're a stay-at-home dad, even though you do.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
You know, they are both teenagers, but they need to have a lot more parental guidance now, navigating.
You're their first point of call if there's if anything. Charlie is essentially their taxi driver as well, so it's like there's a lot of stuff. I don't know the ins and outs of their day-to-day logistics, whereas Charlie does that and then comes into work. So it is all managed, and actually Charlie will do stuff here on the weekends more than most people if there's stuff that needs to get done or whatever. So, or in the evenings. So it's but it's that same thing that you talk about all the time. It's like Charlie's always worked for himself. Yeah. So it's like, to you,
the fear's not there.
You're having your weekend. It's like, well, you don't see it like, it's not like I am not going to do anything to do with work over the weekend. I'll never say that because it's my business. Of course I'm going to work on the weekend. Yeah. And I can't, it's just really like that. It's just, I don't think you can be true to yourself thinking you can push your company forward and cap your hours, especially at the beginning. But Charlie's always done that as well. So he's always worked.
Yeah.
That's actually a really interesting point. Do you think that your stance on Holly starting Slow Love, you had that really positive response to it, or kind of not much response, as in there wasn't oh my God, can we do this? Because actually for so many years you had worked for yourself. That feeling of risk, I think, is fundamentally different for somebody who's been self-employed versus somebody who's had a lifelong safety net of an employment contract.
For sure. But let's not forget, this isn't Holly's first trying to set up a business. This is just the first one that's
I've tried and failed several times.
So we've been through this quite a few times. This is the one that's actually taken off, and but there've been lots of failed attempts. Yeah. And being self-employed, of course, you're open to it. Yeah. But yeah.
God, that's so cool. So kind of fast forwarding to where we are now with Slow Love, you've become a bit of a celebrity on our socials, bit of an icon with the label Hot Mature Guy.
So when some people, he hates it. He doesn't hate it. He would never refer to himself as a hot mature guy.
No,
Actually, that
nor
name
is the
came.
person either.
How
No.
did that even
someone
come
who-
about? It was a customer, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
so we did this reel. I did a reel of him, and he was coming to meet me on like a Friday afternoon for an after work drink, and he was wearing his Young Hearts in the E Crew, and he had a little smile on his face, and I captured him walking through town because that jumper sticks out a mile away. And I literally just uploaded it as we were ordering our drinks with some music, which is the infuriating thing, isn't it? Creating content. That was just a by chance quick video of him, put a song to it, did a quick caption, and then that reel got so many views, and so many of the comments were about Charlie. And one woman referred to him as a hot mature guy. And then that's literally
And
where
it's
it started
ding,
from.
I remember Holly being like, whenever we ever posted a photo of Charlie or a video of Charlie and it did well, it was like, oh my God, don't tell him because his head will just like grow. But then actually when Hot Mature Guy came out, it was like, this is so much fun and like so catchy and so like great for the brand. Because also at that point, we really, really wanted to get more guys wearing the knitwear because it was very much still, and it is still predominantly kind of female customer, but any guy that wears a jumper looks so amazing in them. So it was a great thing. We could really leverage Charlie being like a little face of the brand.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice, but you are such a good clothes horse for the knitwear. And actually, I think when I first started working for you guys, or like started following Holly and seeing, because you used to wear a lot of the vintage knitwear,
Yes.
and I remember being like, you look so cool in those shapes, and you just have that like the style that really suits that kind of.
I know.
Charlie's like,
Yeah.
I'll get on the podcast more often. Has anybody ever? I suppose you don't really have your own personal presence on Instagram, really,
No, but
do you?
people, you said to me the other day, somebody, although Charlie's like recollection of faces, he sometimes you won't be like, oh, I saw so and so who we met at a party 3 years ago and she smiles at me in Waitrose. He just doesn't remember. So, but somebody smiled at him in the supermarket on the weekend, and he was like, she was really trying to like catch my eye, and I panicked because I was like, I don't know where I know you from. I'm so sorry. And I was like, it
Just
genuinely
Instagram.
could be from Instagram now.
Actually, I remember the Hoxton was probably a bit of an eye-opener for you, wasn't it? Because lots of the customers were like, oh my God, like the Hot Mature Guy is here in real life.
Yeah, we weren't joking.
And
we
they
were
referred
like,
to me
"You'll be
as
born
Hot Mature Guy.
Yeah,
It was
I
like,
know. It was so good. How does it actually make you feel, really?
Oh, it still makes me cringe.
Oh no, but you are a Hot Mature Guy.
It doesn't need to be vocalised.
Yeah. He's like, I just am.
I
It
just
should
am.
emanate from my body.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Charlie.
I'm happy with Charlie.
Well, we'll do both. We'll continue to do both. With all of the pieces that Holly and the team have ever created in Slow Love, which has been your favourite piece or your current favourite piece?
Ooh. Probably the E Crew Young Hearts.
Really?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
such a... I didn't think you were going to say that. I don't know which one you were going to say, but I didn't think you were going to say that.
Yeah, E Crew. I think it's the way.
Yeah, it is so nice.
Yeah. And we know your favourite piece from we're not allowed to say it, but we know your favourite piece from the
Autumn
autumn-winter
Winter, yeah.
range. You've made that very clear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Tell the listeners about how exciting the autumn-winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell the listeners using
Exactly.
the words exciting and amazing.
Well, it's really exciting. Really exciting. Should be very exciting.
It is a fucking cool collection though, isn't it?
And there's so much
Yeah.
Yeah.
strength
there's a
and
lot.
depth.
When
Masses.
you see that compared to kind of how it started, are you like, fuck, this is so cool how it's got from that to that?
I think it's the volume as well. I remember sat and oh god, it's one of your first releases. So you'd done like the first amount. You had, I don't know, it was like 50 made,
Yeah.
and
45,
we
I
were
think, yeah.
in a bar together waiting for them to drop, and the whole sold 7 of them, and we were so excited.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
God.
that was
What-
when we did the like second drop of the Feel Goods when the wait list, we sold 45 in a night.
Oh, yes.
That was insane.
I wish I could be a fly on the wall, with, like
Yeah.
watching you two being like, we're doing it.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
I mean, now when you think about like the Zodiacs, we went out to Matilda's, didn't we? Because we knew that they would sell well. It's. I mean, it's.
I suppose
really
that never
nice.
gets old.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. I mean, it's on my phone, so I actually can see it. Ching, ching, ching.
Yeah.
It's always very exciting.
It's so interesting, isn't it? And we all send each other like interesting metrics.
Yeah.
So Abby will be like, look at the percentage of these people buying for this new drop who are returning customers. It's bonkers.
Yeah.
It's such
You
a
always
testament
like
to it.
looking at like how many people are online at any one time when we do a drop.
Yeah.
And there's a really cool view in Shopify where you can literally see a map of the world, and you can see where people are, like the live view of, and like all the lights up all over the world.
You weren't
It's
here
so
when
amazing.
we did the sample sale the other week, but that was mental because we were watching that.
Yeah, it is such a nice thing. And it's so, do you feel now it's nice to be able to kind of have that with a team? You and Holly must have so often your own moments of like talking about Slow Love and like the growth, and where it brings you back to those early days.
Yeah, but it's having the team is. Oh God, do I have to blow hot air up your ass?
Go on, give
Go
it to
on.
us.
Ay, yeah, yeah. It shows when we go away, and nothing fails. If there is a problem, it's sorted by one or the other, or it's like when we got stuck in a traffic jam on the way down, and
the necklace.
yeah, and there was a
website.
problem with the website, and it was like all three of you were like, right, okay, we can do this, get this, that, and it was done. And there was no kind of massive meltdown from Holly stuck in a traffic jam, no signal, couldn't do anything. It was like, it fell on you guys, and it was sorted.
And actually, from a family standpoint, that must be quite nice knowing that, you know, you don't do all of this for nothing, do you? And it's so nice that you guys have been able to. So I actually love this, and I'm sure Holly and Charlie won't mind me saying it, but last year, Holly and Charlie went on an abroad family holiday for the first time in 15 years.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, even for like, from our perspective, it was really amazing to like see Holly go away with her family and be able to actually have a holiday, because what is the point of doing all of this if you can't do that? So that actually must be like quite a business milestone, I think. Like so many business owners, I've only ever seen it from like the other side, not from a business owner's point of view. When my husband used to have a pub, it was similar. We could only ever go away for like 2 or 3 days because he ultimately couldn't give the reins to anybody. Also, like, Holly is always on, even when she is on holiday. There isn't a day that goes by that she isn't checking in or chatting with us, or with chatting with her. Like, the door is never closed, but being able to have that where you think, I actually can go away with my family.
It is really nice. I was literally thinking about this the other day, because who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody about like having a reliable team, and it was just this sort of the idea that there's something happening when we go away at the end of August, but it's like, obviously I'm going to be on hand for everything, but there isn't one part of me that's like, oh, I really feel like I shouldn't be going away at this time.
Which is
I
really
wouldn't
nice.
go away. I wouldn't ever leave the office during November, December. But yeah, it does very much feel like what a lovely position to be in, to have such a reliable team.
If you weren't doing this with Slow Love, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, I mean, don't make me start talking about hedge laying.
How much time have we got?
Because there'll be a lot more yawning from Alice.
But before
He's
you
born to lay.
started, born to lay, hot mature guy, born to lay.
Not stolen from
So
Kate
you
David.
by trade, you are a builder.
Yeah. I am a builder.
Holly's a bit of rough. Those rough hands. So that's for
You have to get his hands dirty.
yeah. Many moons ago, you were a builder and you had your own building
Losing her
company.
shit.
I know. Hey, this is what it's like on this pod. So you were a builder, you had your own building company.
Yes.
COVID hits. You then moved into a different line of business where you and Holly worked together in employment for that time. Then you fell into...
Before COVID.
That was before COVID. Then COVID hit, the role reverse happened, you became a stay-at-home dad and do lots with Slow Love. If you weren't doing that now, what would be your dream job?
What?
Hedge laying.
You just was going down that route.
Well, go on then, spit it out. Be
Stuck
quick about it because it's
Yes,
not boring.
I love hedge laying.
I'm joking, it's not boring. It is actually really cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's a craft.
It is a craft.
It is a craft, and I love it. And learned it last. What was it?
Last
So-
year.
Last summer, wasn't it?
It wasn't. No, it was this. So it was this February.
Oh yeah, because it has to be done in a certain time
Yeah.
of year. See, we
So
are listening.
seasonal. Start again in October, and it's brilliant. I love it.
Great.
It's good for the environment, ecology.
Yeah, and I feel like
My
you
mind.
do have a very artistic mind and are
Yeah.
good with your
Strong,
hands.
Good with his hands.
Yeah.
Do you want to let everybody know where your Instagram account
Oh,
is?
yes. He's now got his own Instagram.
Well, yes, it's Cotswold Hedge Layer. At Cotswold Hedge Layer. It will be up and running, and there will be much more content, photography, website to be followed, and it'll be ready for the season this coming October.
Because Holly and
Charlie
Charlie need
does.
more to add to their plates.
Yeah.
On top of 2 kids, 2 dogs, a business, a household to run, all of those things. There's more. There's
good
space
fun.
apparently.
It's good fun.
I said Charlie. It's going to be Charlie's account is him laying hedges with our 2 small dogs.
Yeah.
They're literally the most
Unhedge laying dogs. you've ever seen.
unledging dogs you'll ever imagine.
You see people like Monty Don, who's that amazing gardener, and he's got like 2 really manly strapping dogs. Vader and Ace are not your
They're like Ren and
stereotypical massive.
Stimpy.
Oh my god, they're exactly like Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Ren and Stimpy of hedge laying.
Oh,
They just sit there going, it's so
it's so cool. Oh, they're so sweet. Is there a piece of content that we've forced you into doing that you've been like, this is too much for me?
Well,
Never.
the day's not over.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is.
I feel like today we could maybe pip that.
OnlyFans page.
Yeah, when we're like, so we're starting an OnlyFans page for Charlie. I feel like at this point you probably wouldn't be surprised.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. And I like the way that you're soft soaping me
Yeah,
into
that's
this because
it.
it's already happened.
Yes,
isn't
yeah,
it?
this is a soft launch of Charlie's OnlyFans page.
Abby's already got your account up and running. Basically, we're taking you into another room.
Yeah, we've got a 5th office.
Fifth.
A 5th office. Can you think of anything? Oh, actually, I do remember that time where we were like screaming at you in the streets. When Holly first started to really get Charlie involved in creating content for the brand, because on a serious note, it was really important for us to start growing the content for showing the knitwear on men.
Yeah.
He really needed G'ing up, didn't you?
That was on a
before.
photo shoot.
Yeah, when we
The
did
fluffing.
the fluffing, yeah. So it was like as many of us that could like be there to really like G Charlie on, and
Which ones?
that's so. But now it's actually you are pretty good. But there was that time when we did our first shoot with Courtney, and it was out the back of the
yeah.
church, and we were like really giving it to you.
Yes.
And there was all of these people walking by, like, what's going
Yeah.
on? Like, all these people staring at Charlie. And I remember being like, oh, God, this poor guy. But
It's
it
all
was
right.
also funny.
Did my Zoolander pose.
You did. You got a Zoolander pose
It's
out.
done.
Oh, yeah. The roast
I've
video.
still not even watched the roast video.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do it. I just
Was that on
Can't watch
Instagram
it.
or was it on the other app, the roast video? Both of them.
Was it on both?
Yeah. You are a very good sport, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you like getting involved, really.
yes.
You love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have an option.
Yeah, like how fun. We always reminisce about the treehouse shoot. That was really fun.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I think that was kind of diluted because there were so many.
There's
so many men there that were just as uncomfortable.
Yeah, and they were your family, so you
Yes.
could like really share the.
This is where this is a really good example of the team rallying. So when we did the actual shoot with Heidi, which was done and dusted really quickly, weather was perfect for what we wanted, and we'd worked with Heidi before, but there was essentially a lot of people there who don't like having their photo taken, and they all were really amazing and came along to it. So, for example, like my cousins, one of their partners, Charlie, and my kids, and at one point Heidi wanted to photograph all the guys together on their own, which would have been so uncomfortable for Heidi because none of them wanted their photo taken. So I basically had to pull Isabel to the side and be like, please, can you go with them to make them laugh and make them relax so that Heidi can get this done and dusted really quickly. And you went along with them and you were great. And Heidi was like, oh my God, this is so amazing because she just makes everyone relax. And I was like, yeah, that's why I have you by my side like a comfort blanket.
Actually, you were so good there.
Yeah.
It was really because you had it happen to you so many times where you're just in the situation of suddenly you're just like on a photo shoot, and you were the one also being like, guys, just lean into it basically. And the sooner you leaned into it, the sooner it's over. So, and everyone, they were so good. And Connor, so Holly's cousin's husband, who is a cattle farmer in the buttfuck of nowhere in Ireland, we got him involved, and he was so amazing. His photos are so great.
His photos were good. He was basically like, we asked him to do fit. So Tom was amazing because he was really up for doing anything.
Yeah.
He was in loads of the like funny videos of us drinking, like pouring champagne and like being crazy. But he was really good at Tom was really good at doing like fit checks and content bits that Abby was getting him to do. And Connor was like, not into the idea of doing that, but he was so good on the photo shoot because he basically was like, I agreed to do this one job and it's one job only, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And that is literally what he did. And the photos, he was so photogenic.
Yeah, they were brilliant. They were so good.
Our kids in the photos, so
Oscar's like really questioning all, like you can see he's like, why did I not like feign being ill so I didn't have to be here? Aurora's just got like the naughtiest smirk on her face, like
that's the look she had when I picked her up from school on Friday.
just like I could be so naughty here. They did look so good though.
Yeah,
they look so good. What do we think is like the weirdest, funniest comment we've ever had about Charlie on social media?
Oh, don't look at me.
I know you
no
don't
idea.
know. You keep
I
it close. Abby, can you think?
It's just the constant. It was the what was it? Super or
Oh my God, yeah, that was hilarious. Somebody commented on something the other day that was like, oh my God, that's the really hot mature guy. I was like, fucking hell.
It's next level.
You've gone to the next level.
Yeah.
The really hot mature guy. How does that make you feel, Charlie?
Quite proud.
So instead of a would you rather, we thought we'd do a Mr. and Mrs. quiz.
Oh, sick.
Between obviously
Whose bright idea was
obviously I'm not included in this.
this? You
Even
should be,
though-
really.
Yeah, even though Charlie probably does feel like I'm a massive third wheel in their marriage these days.
Again,
always
nothing
joke
would
that-
surprise me.
We always joke that Isabel's just going to be, when we go to on holiday this summer, that we'll turn up to our accommodation and
I'll already be in the pool.
Isabel will just be
Hi, guys.
there.
I'll be in the pool. I would have rustled up something for lunch and been like, welcome home. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. quiz. Charlie, you'll be answering first.
Okay.
What annoying habit does Holly have? What's her most annoying habit?
That's so easy.
Go on,
Yeah, go on.
her
So easy.
her ridiculous phrases.
Oh, God, yeah. they carry on.
Just a
they
constant-
keep on keeping
There's
on. But
basically
now that you started saying it as well, it's like
I
my
feel like
head is going
actually
to
my
explode.
husband James and Charlie have a mutual hatred for mine and Holly's really similar sense of humour, because I'll be lying in bed at night, like James is trying to go to sleep, and I'll be absolutely pissing myself at something on the phone. And it's got to the point now where James isn't like, put your phone down. He's like, tell Holly to stop messaging you so I can go to sleep. And I
don't
feel,
even ask who it is.
yeah,
It's not even.
it was
just-
James.
But saying that one time where you were like, why does Isabel say that about the
So-and-so?
hodgy-hodge? Yeah, because it's like, that makes it sound like it's nice. I was like, why didn't you just message her yourself? Because I'm in the middle of cooking dinner and you ask her. And then as soon as he got onto your like trail of your thoughts and your wavelength, he was like crying. I was like, welcome to my world.
Okay, so
And
that's
then delete.
yours. Yeah. What's Charlie's most annoying habit?
Then it's probably not, it's not as funny. Probably more like
Other than parking tickets.
it's parking tickets. Yeah, it's just annoying. I mean, I can guarantee you've probably got one now.
Oh, after the way that you parked this morning,
I know where to
really-
park basically, so he had to go and repark. Anyway,
This is going to be so good. So, parking tickets, is that your answer?
yeah.
Basically, again, for the listeners that don't know, Charlie gets a lot of parking tickets.
Not as many as I used to.
Wow, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
How much money do you reckon you guys have single-handedly
Oh my
given
God.
Cotswold District Council?
So much.
I was on their repeat offenders list.
Yeah,
So
I love that you're
if
proud
they-
of that.
Well, I mean, there aren't many people that were on there. So if I was illegally parked, they wouldn't wait to give me a ticket because I was on their list and it would flash up. They'd give me a ticket straight away.
So they don't give you your 15 minutes grace?
No.
Brilliant.
Sick.
Okay. Charlie, what's Holly's most used phrase apart from, may I help you?
Ending her sentences with lol.
I don't think I've ever noticed that.
Now you will.
Now I will.
Because she'll be like, lol.
Oh. Hey, you chose to have a super young wife. That's just part of the territory, isn't it?
That's super young.
It's not that young.
She looks
She's
it.
younger than you.
Yeah, most people are.
No,
Not your husband.
not mine. Yeah, not my husband. What's Charlie's most used phrase? Or like ism?
I actually don't know. Oh,
I'm not allowed to speak quite often, so there isn't an awful lot
I'll
to
be
go
like,
off.
Go on then. What is it? You found it.
he probably.
That's another thing that's really annoying that she does.
Yeah.
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 So
You did just interrupt me.
Yeah, you did interrupt me. So at like 5 o'clock, it will be drink.
Oh,
But that's not annoying.
That's not
like
annoying.
music to my ears.
That's great.
Yes.
No.
It's good.
Brill.
Yeah.
Charlie, does Holly have a secret talent or party trick? Just also, this is pre-watershed, so keep it clean, please.
Can we save this for the OnlyFans?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we'll have a pre-watershed podcast version and an OnlyFans version.
I don't think there's anything that I can talk about.
What? No, like not a party trick. James can do a headstand, put a t-shirt over his face, and drink a pint of Guinness upside down.
I bet Kate. You need to tell that to Kate. Kate will do that.
No, I can't think. I
Can't
can't
think
think of.
Have you got a party? Do you know what your own party trick is?
I think. I mean, it's not a party trick per se. Probably the thing I said the other week on the podcast where I'm like, I can literally pick out something that will fit fit you.
Yeah, that is really
skill, but it's not
cool.
really a party trick.
What's like
I
a
make
niche
like
skill?
banging hummus, making banging hummus.
That is that I actually vouch for that. Holly makes the best hummus ever. Like a really niche skill that you've got.
Me?
Actually, I do think it's really quite cool that you could probably build a house from scratch. That's a pretty fucking cool thing to say you can do.
On a sort of more accessible scale, there's two things that Charlie does really well, which is there's three things.
Bow chicka what now?
He's really good at wrapping presents.
Oh yeah, you are actually.
So if at Christmas or people's birthdays, I get Charlie to wrap presents, and it sounds like a really stupid thing, but I'm really slapdash because I'm like, get the job done. Sewing the numbers into those jumpers is an example of that.
Embarrassing.
So he's really good, and like when sometimes he'll help Shah with packing, and he's just like a machine.
And they're perfect.
Yeah, so but wrapping presents, he's like, everything is done. It's all like cut perfectly, sellotape, everything is like perfect. The other thing he does, which is of a similar ilk, is that if we don't really have dinner parties anymore, but if we have like lots of people at our house or parties, or like we're presenting food, I'm really, so like my weird party trick is actually I've got like a really heightened sense of smell. So we've talked about this a lot before. So basically when I cook, I'm a really good cook, but I don't need to taste it because I can smell what it needs. Which is like a weird thing, but it does mean then it's really easy. Yeah, it's really easy to cook, and then so I'll cook, won't follow a recipe, and do the food. But then Charlie's really good at presenting it, which is a skill in itself. So I was saying this to Oscar last night because he just dolloped a load of hummus into the bowl, and it was like half hanging on the outside of the bowl. I was like, mate, wipe around the edge at least with. My parents were over, and he was like, I didn't realise I was being graded on this, and I was like, well,
he should know. He's like king of the food.
So that is another skill that he has, is like the presentation of food. So like if we were doing another event, for example, and we were preparing the food ourselves, apart from you, because you'd like be shouting at everyone at this point and you'd want to be doing the food, Charlie would be a really reliable person to like lay the food out in a really aesthetically pleasing way.
Holly and Charlie are amazing hosts. Like even if you're like popping over there for something, there's always like a really banging candle burning, great music, literally any drink you could probably want is there. Always got like a lush little snack prepared or presented for you. You're like immediately at ease, and then you've like a drink in your hand and a snack is like on your lap in the first like 30 seconds of walking into their house.
I love the fact that you said that. It's like that's like a weird life goal of mine. It's like people like coming to our house because they think we're good hosts.
It is,
and we're not like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, my house is like not tidy. And then like I have to have serious words with my dad because he's. Basically, Dad again.
Cleve gets it on this podcast.
After I said this,
Sorry,
Dad now has told me that he listens to these podcasts.
Yeah.
But basically, Dad, if you are listening, keep your wine in the fridge. Like when we go there, or if he knows we're going there, I have to message him before and be like, I just sent him a champagne bottle emoji and an ice
your parents
emoji.
Don't have a drinks fridge.
Mum and Dad have got 2 fridges. They've got like these pull-out drawer ones, and then they've got a fridge.
Put the wine in the fridge.
I know.
Come on.
So
do you think maybe they don't put the wine in the fridge because they just don't want you going there?
Maybe. That's their way of basically... They've slowly absolved themselves from hosting, and that's a surefire way of doing it.
Yeah.
They'll be like, we don't have any crisps, warm wine. And they keep their Arga on. So during that heat wave, they've kept their Arga on the entire time, so their kitchen is like...
Unbearable.
It's like you're being tortured, yeah.
Do you reckon their Pan loves that though? Pan's in their life.
And my mum, because my mum's also, yeah.
Is she? Yeah,
she's cozying up next to the Arga in a heat wave.
Oh god. Yeah, you are excellent hosts.
Thank you.
It is a pleasure to. Also, Holly and Charlie have got a very aesthetically pleasing house, so it's just like everything's fucking cool, as you can probably imagine. It's all cool.
Thank you, Robert.
What? Anything else that you want to add?
Oh,
you looking forward? Oh, we've got some questions actually, haven't we, from our followers? The beginning of today. So Charlie today is doing a Slow Love social media takeover. This was sprung on him as part of the day, but we have got some questions from our followers.
Oh, I can't wait for these.
I can feel myself sweating already.
From the questions or just because you're hot?
No, just from the questions.
Abby, I feel like you've... Oh, this one, it says, this isn't a question, but I love how supportive you are of your wife and the business.
Oh, that is.
Thank you.
Shah is saying, are you okay, Charlie? Shah and Charlie do work really, really closely together. So they have like a little alliance together.
Yes.
Someone asked what your favourite slow love knit is, which you've answered. Somebody has asked whether you'll model the black young hearts or the new plain black. So you will have all seen, very excitingly. I mean, people have been asking us about plain hand knit jumpers now for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And it was kind of not the right time to do them a few years ago, but we really felt like now was. So yeah, we'll definitely, Charlie looks so good in black as well. He's got such dark eyes. Charlie will be modelling both colourways, but we'll obviously make sure. So 2 more questions. Somebody's asked how you and Holly met.
Ooh, well, our parents used to live next door to each other in Cheltenham, and that is initially how we met.
Mm-hmm.
So how long had you known each other then before? You must have known each other for a number of years before you actually got together.
No.
Because Mum and Dad moved next door to Charlie's parents, and whilst I was at uni for that year, and then came back, and Charlie didn't live at home, so I didn't actually meet him for maybe another year. I think it was maybe like a couple of years, and then his mum tried to persuade me to go out with him, and I was like, no.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So what
but
was
she did.
But then you did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why? What was the change of heart?
I'm quite interested.
The question was directed at you.
Oh no!
The question was
you.
directed at you. Because you were so like, no, I don't want to begin with.
So I think from memory, you won't remember this because you don't remember that much, but we went to your parents.
So old.
Went to your parents' house.
So old.
Went to your parents' house when Mike and Sarah were there and other people. And your mum was like having drinks and nibbles for everyone, and like maybe the Joneses were there, and I can't remember. We were like, there was a lot of us there, and I think you were like more chatty. Oh, and the first time I met you, you looked like a bit of a sad puppy, which wasn't very attractive. But when you were working for the Joneses,
Kick a puppy when it's dead.
Yeah, I know. But you perked up, and I was like, oh, this is a nicer, more happier version of Charlie. I know what it was.
Oh, here we go.
This was literally, so Abby's son, when Charlie arrived, there's a sort of like the Barry White, like, da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Charlie was going out with his friends, and I had gone to his parents to drop off. I'd made some brownies, and I dropped some off to them, and Charlie was working in the square that our parents lived in, so he'd come back to his parents to change, shower and get ready to go out. So he came downstairs, and it was summer, so he was like super tanned, and he changed. He was wearing like a white linen shirt that his mum had obviously ironed, so it was like crisp with his jeans, and I was like,
swing,
may I help you? And then it was probably from then, and then we bumped into each other when we were out. Charlie
and at this point was he a tradesman? So he had, Holly talks about Charlie's arms quite a lot when he was like in the thick of being a builder.
Yeah,
did he have his big builder arms and his linen shirt?
Yes. His big old arms.
Do you know what? Linen shirts are, every man should have a good linen shirt in their wardrobe, because I don't think I've ever seen somebody looking shitty in a linen shirt.
I think
plain and not fitted. Linen shirts are not supposed to be tailored and fitted.
not short sleeved.
Yeah, 100%
That's
no.
such an ick.
So to be clear, like a tumbled, oversized linen shirt. If you've got a tan with it, even better.
Go for it.
It's just an absolute winner.
You can't go, you genuinely can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Same. I feel the same about men in like cable fisherman knit.
Yeah.
Plain jumpers like cream or black, or plain hand knits. Those colours. But they're so. And then we met when we were out, and I was like, oh,
he is quite fit.
Yeah.
She disrupted my date.
And you had what? You were on a date.
I was
this
on a
is
date.
sick. I don't know this story. Let's have it. So you were on a date.
I was on a date, first date with someone. Oh my god! And whole literally played disruption all the way through it. So she saw me out
in the flesh or online messaging.
No, in the flesh.
You're so fucking.
She saw me sat down with this other lady, and she literally joined us at the table.
I was like, this isn't going anywhere.
Oh my
I knew it
God.
wasn't going anywhere.
Was it? It's a classic case of actually you are quite fit. This is
Holly
your
doesn't
mind.
share.
Holly doesn't share food.
Charlie said to me, I don't know what I'm doing, basically. I'm on this date. He obviously does know what he's doing with some things, but he was like, I don't know where to take her.
Tick.
So I was like, well, I'm going to the Fez Club in Cheltenham. So if anyone's similar age to me will probably have gone out if they lived in Cheltenham. And so I was out with my friends, and then I saw Charlie at the Fez Club with this girl, like sat on these sofas. And I went to the bar, and then I basically was like, this is obviously not going anywhere. Sat down with them. And because I was like, I know for a fact that your mum will think she's gross. Like, that's
Fair enough.
basically it.
She's done you a favour. She was doing you a favour.
Yes.
And then
So
Always
did
a
you
charity
then
case.
leave or like what
no,
happened?
they went back and had a good night kiss, maybe other stuff, I don't know. And then I got his number from his brother, and then I messaged him being like, should we go for a drink? Because you obviously need to be shown how it's done. And that was that.
Brazen as balls. That is such a good story.
Yes.
So that's how
That's
how
we
I
met.
met your mother.
Yeah. She
I
jumped
love
in on my date. Done.
Final question then. Somebody has asked if Charlie can give them a hint of what's coming for autumn winter.
Ooh. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good enough hint.
Sexy.
It's a teaser.
Little teaser.
Little teaser.
I think that's a good time to wrap it up.
It is.
Thank you for coming on the podcast, Charlie.
Thank you for
you.
listening, everyone.
Thanks
well
for
done.
listening.